Hey, what's up guys, Steven here, and yesterday I did something which I thought I would never do in my whole life. So I've got myself the iPhone 6s Plus. Now this is my first iPhone since the iPhone 3G, which was like 10 years ago. I don't remember anymore. I think I was 15 or 16 when I've got the iPhone 3G. And yeah, until then I had no iPhone, so I was just using China phones, as you may know if you see my reviews. This is like number 300, so I had a lot of Android phones, and actually I'm a huge Android fanboy. But well, a lot of people switched to the iPhone, so last year in October to December it was like the highest percentage ever, and I was like, why are people switching to the iPhone? And I thought, you never know how bad or good a product is until you've tried it for yourself, and this is why I've got myself the iPhone 6s Plus, just to try it out. Not sure if I'm going to keep it, but I want to tell you in this video the benefits of Android and also some things which I think are good on the iPhone. I'm pretty sorry for the quality right now because I'm not at home, so I'm at the home of my girlfriend in Hungary, and I just have here my webcam and my camera here and no studio lights, but an in-depth review is coming probably next week or in 2 weeks. I just want to give you my insight as an Android user, what's special about the iPhone or what's crappy about the iPhone. Alright, so as you guys may know, the iPhone 6s Plus is very pricey, so unlocked around $930 or something like that on Amazon. And yeah, I've got myself a pretty good deal from T-Mobile, so big thanks for that. And I think I would never have bought the iPhone for the full retail price because that's almost as expensive as my notebook. So regarding the price point, I'm not a huge fan of iPhones because, as you may know, for instance, the Ulefone Power, it's like €150. And if you check it out, same size as the iPhone, a huge, massive battery. But those China phones are usually kind of buggy somewhere, and I want to have a safe phone because, you know, I have a lot of accounts like YouTube, and if it gets hacked somehow due to an Android exploit or whatever, I just want to try out the iPhone and see what's better or what's not better. Okay, so before we do the unpacking, I just want to tell you something about the benefits of Apple, which I think are good, and the benefits of Android. And yeah, I made myself some keywords, so please don't mind if I look down, but regarding the benefits of Apple, I think a software update. So my girlfriend has the iPhone 4GS and she still gets updates, iOS 9 on that, and that's pretty cool. For instance, on China phones, I had a lot of China phones, most of them MTK based, and they're usually stuck with one Android version, like they promise you a Lollipop update or Marshmallow update, but you don't see any updates. So you're stuck with KitKat until a modder community creates their own custom ROM for it. On the iPhone, it's pretty cool. You get the latest software updates over iTunes, and there you go. Just install it, very user-friendly. Alright, so yeah, quite often updates, then it's still updating the 4GS, that's what I wrote down, and Android 6 is only on like 1% of all Android devices, but we also have more Android devices than iPhones, that's for sure, but you see, they're not really up to date, so if an update rolls out for the iPhone, everybody's downloading that. The next thing is Touch ID. Now, I played around with Tim's iPhone, shout out to nerdbench.com, and yeah, Touch ID is really the fastest fingerprint scanner I've ever seen. So I had the S6 Edge, I had other smartphones, and it was not so responsive like Touch ID, and this is something I really appreciated. So the next benefit of Apple, some apps are first on iOS only. So the friend of my girlfriend moved to USA for some reason, and she had to install some application, and it was only available on iOS, so she had to get an iPhone. So if you rely on some special applications, you have to get an iPhone. I mean, it's not really a real benefit, but somehow you need to get it if you rely on those applications. Next thing is the quality. Now, yeah, the band test, okay, forget the iPhone 6 Plus, sorry. So on the 6s Plus it's better, but for instance, just check out my Elephone video. Also, the quality of Android phones doesn't have to be good, but for sure there are Android phones having better build quality than the iPhone for a lower price. There's a wide range of phones on Android. Next thing is style. Okay, so you know, I was on a lot of blogger events, and the crazy thing is that everybody owns a damn iPhone or a MacBook. I was coming there with my MSI and my Android phone, I was like, you're an alien or something. They just look at you, hey, you don't have a Mac or Apple thing. I was like, yeah, I don't need that crap. So this is $100 and you paid $1,000 for your crap. And yeah, I just want to try it out, what people really think it's better if you buy the iPhone 6s Plus. The next thing is that the software on the iPhone 6s or on any iPhone is perfectly tailored to the hardware. Now, the hardware specs of the 6s Plus are kind of crappy. If you would tell me an iPhone or an Android phone, with 2 gigabytes of RAM, I would say, what's the price point? $100? No, $1,000. But with 2 gigabytes, the memory management on iOS is pretty good. So it does actually pretty well with 2 gigabytes. I've checked out also Tim's iPhone, and there was actually no stutter. And if there was stutter, it was like, bam, freeing up the memory, and then it was smooth again. So just like a micro stutter, and that's it. The next thing is no bloatware, and also the security. So, there was stage fright on Android, and also some of those some of those Android phones from China with MTK chipset, they have some security risks in the firmware. And there is also a bigger community about hacking, and you can easily root your smartphone. So regarding security, an iPhone is more secure. This is also why most companies, for instance, the company where my father works, they're just using iPhones. Okay, what's pretty cool is 3D touch, but this is not Apple anymore. So also there's Force Touch, for instance, on Huawei devices. So this is coming to a lot of Android devices. And this is also something I want to experience because I haven't tested this right now on any Android phone. Okay, that's it. Now let's come to the benefits of Android. So first of all, Google integration. Android, it's made by Google, and I just like Google now on the home screen and everything. So this is just, I'm using Google a lot for work, for business, so YouTube, all social media crap and all that. All my emails, I use Google Business for managing all my emails from other domains. And the Google integration on Android, it's just perfect. Next thing is the freedom of customization. So you can root the smartphone, you can install a different launcher, you can change the icons, you can change every single color, the status bar. So you can make your device look like an iPhone if you want to. Actually, it's unlimited modding possibilities. Okay, so on the iPhone, you can't do that without a jailbreak. So I was jailbreaking, if you have seen my videos, the iPhone 3G, 3GS, and I really love the time, but I really hate that you have to wait for like half a year until the new iOS gets hacked to get a jailbreak. This is just a pain in the ass, and Apple, let your people jailbreak their devices, if you know what I mean. Okay, getting the most out of your device. Rooting, that's just what I've told you. Fast charging. Also, I was told that the iPhone 6s Plus has a charging time of 2.5 hours, so there are devices with fast charging on Android, have way better fast charging capabilities and charge way faster. And I don't have a lot of time, actually. Sometimes I forget to charge my smartphone. I just want to charge it quickly or to fast charge it over power bank. And so the charging speed on the iPhone 6s Plus is unfortunately not so good, I think. But you will see it in my full review, so don't count me if I'm wrong. Next thing, the price point. Now, as I've told you, $900, so you can get an Android phone with similar specs, and probably not as good. If you have seen the Geekbench, for instance, on the iPhone 6s Plus, the multi-core score was not so good because the A9 processor, I think, in the 6s Plus, it's in dual core. I mean, it works perfectly nice with the hardware, performs very good, but in Geekbench it didn't look so good. Antutu looks actually perfect, but we'll see the performance in my full review. Then, wide range of products. So, if you don't like the style of the iPhone, you're stuck with it. But on Android, you can go from an 2-inch smartphone, 1-inch smartphone, up to a tablet, phablet phone, whatever you want to. And front speakers, front dual speakers, WQHD screens, but I have to say the screen of the iPhone 6s Plus looks outstanding. Removable batteries. Now, this is not such a big deal anymore on Android devices. You've seen the Galaxy S6, for instance. No SD card slot, non-removable battery. It's just like an iPhone from Samsung, also with a lot of bloatware. Trust me, guys, I won't use the S6 anymore. Next thing, latest hardware, and it gets quite affordable. So you get always the latest hardware for the price. Here you have a full HD screen, but a pretty good looking one. On Android phones you have for instance, WQHD screen. So really comes down to personal preference. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the specs now. 5.5 inches, full HD resolution, so that's actually pretty good. 401 pixels per inch. And for the price, I'm pretty okay with that. I've seen the screen and it looks absolutely great. The Apple A9 processor, so it's in dual core, running at, I think, 1.84 gigahertz. the PowerVR GT7600 GPU. Then I've got here the 64GB model, which I think is enough because I'm using the SanDisk extender. 128 wasn't possible with the contract. Pretty bad, but yeah, 2GB of RAM, 12 megapixel rear camera with a 2.2 aperture, and you know, it can do 4K video, and it can also do 240 FPS at 720p. And I like slow motion on the smartphone. I like really filming stuff in slow motion, and it's pretty cool that it can do such a high frame rate at 720p, because most Android phones can only do 120 FPS, so that's pretty good. Yeah, no SD support, that's kind of bad, and also there is LT on the smartphone, so finally I've got an LT contract to test everything out on the China phones. Okay guys, that's it. I think I talked way too much, like 10 minutes again, but I would say let's get directly started. Let's do the unpacking and let me tell you my conclusions about the iPhone 6s Plus. Okay guys, so I'll try to do it fast, you know me. Usually my videos are like 30 minutes, but yeah, this is the package as you can see. So iPhone 6s Plus, I've got myself the space gray version, 64GB. The gold version and the rose gold version looks pretty crappy in my opinion. But well, that's a package. I think you guys have already seen an Apple package, nothing special, but let's just go. Let's open it up, and there we go. So pretty excited on what's inside. So I think not so much, so just the earbuds and a power supply, and yeah, there we go. So pretty cool package actually. Most China phone packages are really crappy, and wow, here's the smartphone. So first feeling, first impression, looks really nice, and there we go. So you know, I did a lot of reviews, actually unboxings of iPhone clones, and holding the real iPhone in my hands is, yeah, the feeling is absolutely different. Okay, so before we remove the foil and have a closer look at the phone itself, we'll just put it beside and let's have a look on what we can find here inside the box. And there we go. So I guess that's the user manual as always. And there we go, guys. So what's inside here? Here we have the metal pin to open up the SIM card tray. You know, you can't remove anything on the iPhone, so this is something I really hate, and something I love about some Android phones, that you can remove the back cover, change the battery, and also put in micro SD cards, which you can't do here. Apple stickers for the Apple fanboys. I'll put it on my Windows notebook just to annoy people. And there we go. Here we have the internals. So what we've got here, it's the power supply, so the wall charger, and oh my god, the font here is really small, so let me quickly check that out. So the charging speed, oh my god, the output, it's 5 volts 1 amp. If this would be a China phone, I would say yeah, it's a normal charger, absolutely crappy. So there is no really quick charging on the iPhone, and some people told me that the charging time is over 2 hours for the 1000. I'm not really sure what's in the iPhone 6s Plus, but also a kind of small battery in relation to some Android phones. Okay, then there we go. Here we have the USB Lightning cable, and let's check it out. Lightning cable, I guess. Sorry, I'm such an iPhone noob. And yeah, reversible. USB Type-C is actually something which is cool, but iPhone users enjoyed a reversible connector like a couple of years ago. Here we have the Apple earbuds, and yeah, I had a lot of fake Apple earbuds, so I'm pretty excited how the original earbuds will sound. And yeah, with the Apple logo also here, coming in some nice looking plastic. Remote control here, plus minus, a mute button, and also microphone, so fully working headset. Now this is what we can find inside the box, and yeah, let's have a closer look at the iPhone, and here it is. So I hope this is pre-charged. Let's remove the foil. This is something I really like to do. And yeah, oh my god. So it's really, really glossy here, and that looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's try to turn it on. And there we go. Here comes the Apple. Ooh. Backside, space gray version. You can see it here. The S. No, it's a little bit bigger than the iPhone 6 Plus, but you probably won't see the difference. So it's just like 1 millimeter or a little bit in the width, but that's it. Okay, hello. So let's just do the initial setup. Hola? No. Yeah, let's go to English. I'm actually from Austria. Okay, setting language and the region. But yeah, at the first look, I'm actually pretty impressed. So I don't know the Wi-Fi password here. Choose another. No, can we skip that? Oh, I think I have to connect to the internet, otherwise I can't activate my phone, so let's quickly do that. So guys, I did just connect to my Wi-Fi, but it still says here SIM required, so I have to put in my SIM card, and there we go. So let's just do it here on the right side of the frame. Here we have the SIM card tray, and we're just using the tool here to get out the SIM card tray. As you can see, you have to put in a nano SIM card, and there we go. Here's my T-Mobile SIM card, and yeah, let's put it in. So pretty good that I've got it for €0 on contract. That's really good because 900 would be way too much. And okay, let's unlock the SIM card. Alright, what's my damn PIN code? Alright guys, so the SIM card worked, at least it looks like that. Now we go to next. GPS, nope. I'm not in my home country. This could be really expensive with internet. And okay, Touch ID, so yeah. This is pretty cool. So we'll set up Touch ID later, and I will tell you that in my full review how it works. But let's continue here. I just want to get to the menu. Okay guys, now it gets pretty exciting. So I'm coming from an Android device and I want to restore all my data. For sure I want to have my contacts and everything. And there's one option here under apps and data to move data from Android, and yeah, I will definitely do that. So I'm coming from my Ulefone Power, which you can see right over here, and as you can see it has almost exactly the same size, and yeah, this device is not bad at all. Huge battery, and it's like double as thick as the iPhone, or yeah, not even double as thick, with a 6000 milliamp hours battery. So what I will do and I'll try right now is move from Android, and yeah, I have to download this application and enter this passcode, and I will transfer probably the data from Android to iOS. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I will now try it. Well guys, this is now interesting. Now, as you may know, I'm coming from an Android phone, and there's the option to move all your data from Android to iOS. Let's see how reliable that is, or if it works with my China phone. So I've downloaded here the application on my Ulefone, and it's called the Move to iOS application. And now in order to connect to your phone, you have to enter here a code which is displayed here on the iPhone. So what I have to do now, I have to make sure that both devices are connected to Wi-Fi. So there we go. So I should be now connected to Wi-Fi. And here's Move to Android, continue, and here's the code. 37956788694, and there we go. Let's see how reliable that is. So connecting to iPhone seems to work, and let's wait a bit. Oh, that seems really to work. First try I recorded, it didn't work, but now it's preparing, and it's now moving all my data here to the iPhone, and I think that's pretty cool. So let's see how long it takes. Oh my god guys, so in this application it says here, recycle your Android phone. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm switching to an iPhone and then I can recycle my Android phone for free at any app store? Screw you, Apple. Okay, so we should be finished here on the iPhone. Oh crap. And let's check this out here. And yeah, moving items into place. So I actually transferred everything, but the iPhone still needs some time. And let's go here to done, but yeah, I won't recycle my Android phone, so I will sell it, but I won't recycle it for free. That's total bullshit. Alright guys, everything is set up. Took me like 20 minutes to get through all that, including iCloud, and make myself a new Apple ID. But there we go. We're now here in iOS. This is my first time since, yeah, the 3GS. And I played around with the iPhone from my father, and actually I don't like iOS so much. Now I'm not really sure if it has changed, but can you actually get to the Wi-Fi networks from here? No, I don't think so, but I heard that they actually want to implement that somehow with 3D Touch, that you can actually search for Wi-Fi networks from here. Now I'm a big noob right now, I'm not really sure how that works, but I'm going to check it out. But my first impression as an Android user is like, really nice looking body, so I like the aluminum body. It's really thin, and Apple logo looks as always pretty good. Camera sticks out of the device, something I don't like too much. Dual tone LED flash looks pretty cool. Rear microphone quality is also nice. Now the phone is really big. So I had, for instance, for a long time right now the Xperia C5 Compact. And coming from the C5 Compact to this one here is a huge difference. But for instance, it's also the same size, like here the Ulefone Power, actually exactly the same size except of the thickness. But I have to say both devices are like the outer limit. I don't want a bigger phone than that. This is the perfect size regarding the the screen size, but I don't want any device bigger than that. And I have pretty big hands, so if you have small hands, this device is probably too big for you. But all I can say right now, it looks absolutely outstanding. The curved glass here on the front side. The screen is really beautiful. There are not many full HD panels which look better than here on the iPhone, so it doesn't have to be a Quad HD screen. So also you can have here the full HD panel from the iPhone and it looks really outstanding. What I have to get used to is, for instance, the mute button here and the volume buttons here on the left side, but so far for me it looks pretty cool. So far as I can see, the headphone jack is here at the bottom, all along with the microphone, and here the lightning port, and the speaker here of the iPhone. So not really sure how it sounds, because usually speakers in such small devices sound kind of crappy, but most people told me on the iPhone it sounds pretty good. Alright, so we'll now play around with this device here, and in 1 week you will hear my feedback, so coming from an Android user, how my life changed, how my workflow changed, and what other things have changed coming from an Android phone. Not really sure if I'm going to keep it, but I'll keep you up to date with that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the quality now, it should be just a vlog or some kind of update video on what has changed. And next week I'm back in Vienna in my office to bring you more reviews, so stay tuned. Have a nice day and big thanks for watching. Bye bye.